Hi guys, welcome back. Today will be chill gameplay, I guess. We'll be playing Ace Attorney the trilogy. Um Phoenix Wright. So buckle up. This is gonna be, I hope it's not gonna be long enough. Maybe I'll keep it, to a max of like 1 hour or lesser than that, and then we'll just do this in parts and pieces. So yes, because tomorrow I have work, so I can't be sleeping, too late. Yes, let's get started. First episode, The Turnabout. Yes, sir. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. Mhm. He did it. August 3, 9:47 a.m. Okay, before we start, I'm not sure how I should do the dialogues. Maybe like just let the dialogues, play, or like do you guys prefer like a sound over? I don't know. But anyways, yes, it is what it is. If you guys hear like, whisperings here and there, it's just me because I tend to talk to myself a lot especially when I'm thinking. So get used to it. Boy, am I nervous. Yeah. Oh, she's hot. She's pretty too. Like the beauty mark. I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you and your client as well. Um, thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. Oh, a favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. Oh. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him. Oh my god. I owe him that much. It's over! My life! Everything! It's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death! Despair! Oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! He's so dramatic though. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. He's so annoying and dramatic. Hmm. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. Dot dot dot. My name is Phoenix Wright. Oh, that's me. I'm Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. Okay. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying: when something smells, it's usually the butts. Oh my god. Is that supposed to be a pun? Like, for real? In the 20 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. Mm. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. Aw. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. Phoenix is nice. I'm nice, not just kidding. No, because I'm Phoenix. August 3, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Why did he say Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Hands shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. It's Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me what's the victim's name. Oh my god. Oh my god. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim? Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. So just press the R button to check it at any time. Ah. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? So I can just press the right button to figure out Cindy. So then that Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor? As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. Okay. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R button to check the court record frequently. Okay. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Is that like a premonition? Oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. I mean, knowing Larry from the beginning, I could tell he's gonna act out later. Look at him. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet. Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. He's so annoying. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you described is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. Oh, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court record. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 3rd July, the day before the murder. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude, we can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? I think stopping him from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof. Dear Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating shit off. I'm gonna die, I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. What do you mean quite? This is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Hehehe. Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. He went. What did I do? I think... let's stop him from answering. Shall we? I'll send him a signal. Lie like a dog. Well, see, it's like this. I don't remember. You don't remember? Well then, we'll just have to remind you. I got a bad feeling about this. We have a witness that can prove that he did go to the victim's apartment that day. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order in the courtroom. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sahwit to the stand. Oh my god, look at him! He's the murderer! Mr. Sahwit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. What do you mean? Mr. Sahwit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness accounts. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment, then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. He said 1 p.m. Let's read the court record. I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Earned phones, earned phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sahwit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added to the court record. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. So that's like 12 to 6 p.m. And he said 1 p.m. was the time of the murder, so there was a blackout. Okay. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? My God. Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay, open the court record with the R button, then point out contradictions in the testimony. Okay, so we're supposed to... Oh. I was going door to door. Okay, this is the previous testimony. Let's open the court record. He said 1 p.m. was the timing of the murder, but here it said 4 to 5. Let's bring this. Okay, here. Let's present the time of death. Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was nobody to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? That's right. Oh, that. Oh, objection! This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. You cannot. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sahwit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Oh my god. Why are we giving him a chance? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on the taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Time? You know what to do. I've got this one. I got Okay, let's see. Let's see the court record first. Sorry. Okay, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. We can't use this anymore. This is not relevant. Not relevant. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. So if the death is 4 to 5 p.m., that means he said he heard the time coming from the television. That means the television wouldn't have been on when it was during the time of a death, because the blackout is still 6 p.m., right? Let's try to present that one. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. So let's present this here. Objection! Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sahwit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now, Mr. Sahwit. The court will prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. And you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sahwit. Let's hear your testimony once. Why are we giving this trash another chance? I don't get it. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock? I guess that will explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. What do I see then? Okay. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. Let's press him. Hold it! That strikes me as a very suspicious mistake. Yes, I can see how you'd be a little doubtful. I'm really sorry. I only just remembered that table clock. A table clock? There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. Let's press in here. The murder weapon? Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something? Excuse me? That must have been what I saw. Now find the contradiction. Oh my god. Okay, this, I think we have to present this. We have to present this. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sahwit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Yes. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. You go. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. Trust. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sahwit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. Objection! What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Will the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock, Oh, he's about to break down. That's disgusting. Ew. I hate you. He's throwing such a tantrum. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her and he should burn. Or in the court. Your Honor, a moment please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright. Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sahwit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock then. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sahwit heard and the actual time of death. So Mr. Sahwit, try to talk your way out of this one. He's lost it. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. Ooh. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sahwit. I come all the way down here to testify and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! Your lawyers are all slime. Grr, I almost had him. No, that's not the end. No. Thank God. Not so fast, Mr. Sahwit. Mia, Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you have your proof. Right. Oh my God, that's another pun. Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Why though? It's either the batteries are are like, you know, week or time. Wait, yes. Cause she came back like before the day of the murder. She came back from Paris, remember? But I'm not sure what's the time difference between Paris and whichever country they're in. They must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. This is the evidence, guys. Take that! The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Safed? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? So annoying. Is he about to lose it again? He's foaming on the mouth. That's nasty. Order! That's nasty. Man was foaming on the mouth, like literally. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. As he showed up. And with that, this court is adjourned. Period. That was fun. I feel like that wasn't that difficult because the evidence were pretty much straightforward. Ah, he was a burglar. Larry went to her apartment. The victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sahwit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sahwit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Oh my god. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. Phew, I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Get over it, but you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Bad, bad, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Hey, thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh hey, here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a mentor. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. The way that his attitude changed so fast. And she was just playing me for a fool. Did that make you wanna just cry? Larry, are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing really. Isn't that right, right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Huh? Oh yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Is it the thinker? That's the only one I can think of. Get it? That's the only one I can think of. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chum to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry, and she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Aww. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. She sounds like such a nice person. When I think our work here is done, shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Does she like Phoenix? Yeah, part at least. You have to tell me more about it sometime, maybe over drinks. Because she looks like she's flirting with him. And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, Gee Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the truth about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Oh, I wonder what's going on. The end. Okay, so that's it for today. That was episode 1, The Turnabout. Right? I think that was the title. It was fun. It was, I'd say it was rather, it's not very easy, but it was doable in a way because the evidence were very straightforward, and I feel like, I'd able to point out, oh, this is the evidence for this claim, this is the evidence for that claim. So this game is so far fun. Can't wait to do the next few episodes. I think there's a continuation because the last part was kind of like foreshadowing what's gonna happen in the next few episodes. So I really look forward to the next few episodes. And that should be all. Don't forget to click the like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below on what I should be playing next. Thank you very much and have a happy day. Bye.